Oh. Welcome to Meaningful Mornings. I've shared with all of you in different forums that when making decisions, your decisions should be based on depth and longevity. Big space, big time. This morning, we will complete 96 weeks of Meaningful Mornings. And just to put that into context, for many of you who have completed some sort of grad program, Meaningful Mornings is longer than some grad programs. And there's no end in sight. I hope that makes you happy. Usually when we say there's no end in sight, it's negative. You're hopefully positive. This will become longer than a PhD program. And what's so lovely about this, all that we're experiencing is faith-based. We don't need evidence. We don't need proof. We don't need science, and I don't mean that in a reckless way. Faith-based. Chapters 7 through 12. They are an expression of saguna dhyana. Dhyana, we know this word, contemplation. Saguna means contemplation on that with qualities. That which we can see, that which we can touch. Another phrase that may make more sense to us, Ishvara Upasana. Upasana means to sit near. Ishvara, God or creator. So this section is about wherever you're sitting, to feel the creator is there, that God is there. Whether Guyana, Mumbai, hotel, Niagara Falls. This is very much in line with Srimad Bhagavatam, where our rishis guide us that first we should feel divinity in a murti, which is an icon. Many of us have grown up with such practices, but what happens is we become comfortable with such practices and so don't grow out of them. And that's why the Rishi then says, you should feel this divinity in your madhyama. That means your center. And then grow out of that too, to feel divinity in manava. Though in Sanskrit, manava means humans, the implication is also animals, plants, stones. Keep growing. A lot of the examples I've been using have been related to water. This is the framework I said I would share yesterday, but I didn't have enough time. For those who are living by sakama, sakama means selfishness. I only live for myself, then their identification is with that of a wave. I'm an individual, you're an individual, period. To transition out of this, one is to live for nishkama, not selflessness. Not selfishness, which is selflessness. That's how you grow out of feeling you are a wave. What emerges from this is shuddha. Andakarana shuddha, which means purification. Purification of your inner world. Now, your identification is not with a wave, but rather with the ocean. I am part of this whole. The more pure I feel, the more I know divinity's inside of me. But we have to keep growing. The transition from the ocean is facilitated by tyaga. Tyaga means to renounce. It means to destroy any sense of division, limits. And the fulfillment of that is bhava. Bhava means being, presence. In this comparison, water. This is a very systematic journey from wave to water, where it doesn't matter where I'm sitting. That's water, this is water, this is water. Only water. That's a good commercial for a water charity, no? This is recorded. You can take this. This is all free, okay? In verse 8, Sri Krishna begins giving examples of how we can tune into the water, the center, the consciousness. He calls Prince Arjuna Kaunteya, the son of Devi Kunti. Why? Because Devi Kunti always knew who Sri Krishna was. Not a relative, but he is divinity. So that's why he's encouraging Prince Arjuna, be like your parent. Sri Krishna says, I am the light in the moon, in the sun. Many of us in our culture, we chant a mantra from the Veda, and a portion of that is Tasya bhasa sarvamidam vibhati, which means it is your light, as in the divine light, that shines first. And that divine light then pervades the rest of the lights, like the sun and the moon and stars and fire. True? If there was no awareness, do you know there's a sun, whether there's heat or light? Third quarter, Sri Krishna shares the essence of the Veda is Om. Another word for that is Pranava. Here is the etymology of the word Pranava. I'll say it slowly. Prakarshena nuyate stuyate anena iti pranava. If you love these details but miss these details, be grateful for Facebook and Insta, where these recordings exist. What this means, Prakarshena, what is special? Nuyate, as a form of worship. Stuyate, for that which is higher. Anena, this is an instrument. This is a means. Om is a special means to worship the higher. What is higher than Om? Infinity. Sharing this in a more simple way. Om is a sound that is to help us to connect and to commune with silence. Shri Krishna also shares, I am the divinity in humans. I've shared this many times, and you're going to feel you keep saying the same thing over and over again. That's fine. What is everyone's favorite asana? Shav asana, correct? The corpse position. If Shiva wasn't inside of us, we would all be Shava. Yes? So what is the center of us? Not our blood. It is Shiva, that divinity, without which, Shava. Clear? I reviewed verse 8 a lot because the forthcoming verses is the same principle, just different practices. Verse 9. Punyo gandhaf pritivyam cha tejas chashmi vibhavasau jivanam sarva bhuteshu tapaschasmi tapasvishu. Punya, sweetness. Gandha, smell, but a sweet smell is a fragrance. Where is this in? Prithivya, in the earth. The word Prithvi is used. We love the word Prithvi. Shri Krishna is highlighting here that the element earth is the first element that you can smell. You can't smell air or fire or water. And if you can, it's because there's a pollutant there. These elements don't smell. But the earth does have a smell. So he's highlighting a central facet of the earth. And I have to digress here. I heard an awesome practice that is developing in Canada. It is called No Mow May. For the month of May, you are not to cut your grass. We always think about our face, right? No shave November. For Vivek, it's no shave every month. But no mow May means let your lawn grow. It's so natural. The forest doesn't cut itself down. Whatever happens, happens naturally. Let the earth be. Why? Who's inside of the earth? Shri Krishna. Next quarter. Tejaha asmi vibhavasau. In fire, I am the brilliance, or I am the light. Tejaha, brilliance, vibhavasau, in fire. Shri Krishna is systematically taking us not into fire, but into ourselves. Fire is the element associated with sight. So now as we're able to see, me seeing you, you seeing me, to remember, that's only possible because Shri Krishna is in the ability to see. So smell was shared, seeing was shared. As we think about brilliance, this week, many are celebrating Akshaya Tritiya. I'll be simplistic about this. I remember this a lot because Sheila went into labor on Akshaya Tritiya, and the next day Shuka was born. That was 3 years ago. On Akshaya Tritiya, the instinctive practice is buy gold. Why? Because it will grow for you. But many thoughtful seekers in this community, there's one family who's joining us now, how they're practicing Bhagavad Gita, etc. On Akshaya Tritiya, that's when they offered their dana for all that they're learning. See how instead of buying gold for themselves, they're really supporting Bhagwan's teachings. I thought that to be such an awesome way of remembering that inside of any sort of brilliance, there is Sri Krishna. Jivanam sarva bhuteshu. I am the energy. What causes one to be jivati, to be energized, sarva bhuteshu, in all beings, not just humans. Smell, sight, energy, this all relates to us. These verses are pretty straightforward, so I'm adding what I'm calling a digression, but practice. 20 days ago, I announced our running from the mind community. And thus far, we have 57 runners, joggers, walkers, crawlers. 3 more, then I'll stop announcing this. This is our 6th year. We need 60 people who are part of this community. And while you're doing this, that energy, who's giving you that energy? Shri Krishna. See how this community is also about Saguna Dhyana, living with the Creator. Finally, tapaha asmi tapasvishu. And I am the austerity in the austere. And those are such technical words. When do you use the word austere? The implication of this, in those who are trying to be excellent, I am the effort. What is more important than excellence? Effort. In a great way we can practice this. Tapaha means to burn comfort zones. If you want to feel Sri Krishna in your life, choose discomfort. Don't live by comfort. You will forget Sri Krishna. Choose discomfort. You will remember him. That's burning our comfort zones. More of such verses are coming from inspiration to application. Your application yesterday was to analyze how competitive you are. Please share in the chat. 1, you're always competing against others. 100, you're never competing against others. 20. Oh, I see an 80. Very good. 90. Very good. I think some of you are exaggerating. Let me give you a fuller understanding of what competition is. When we are distracted, then we start to compare. A synonym of comparison is compete. What does that lead to? Jealousy. If you are jealous, then don't feel like you don't compete. You do. And jealousy finally devolves to insecurity, which is quite universal. So if you feel insecure, then you are competitive with others. What is the solution? Dharma. Follow your responsibilities. Very quickly, your application for today. Come up with your own 4 examples. Sri Krishna keeps giving 4. You come up with your own 4. And what is the center of that? Shanti, Shanti, Shantihi. Be safe, be sound, be serene. be joy.